All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
Hey, let's go!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Vic. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Eagle. Hey. You got three down.
Vic will look to throw on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Green 80.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
Good job, D. Good job. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Let's go. All day, baby. All day.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Tight right. Green 80. Green 80. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Short left.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taking it about the 16. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The left side completion to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, boys, we got 4. Let's go. 190. Eyes on 81.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We got 4. 190. 190.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. That is incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Vic now. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. On the return, it's Coates. And now running right through him. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he fends him off. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Green 80.
Bortles now on first down. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Green 80. Green 80.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Throw left.
On second down, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Double. Alpha. Lion. 300.
So here's Vick following the interception. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Hey, let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Double tight. Hey, Lake. 3 down. Wait, what's that?
Fights off the defender. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman, and they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
3 down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So right. Green 8.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Bortles. He may try and run for this, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. To throw, Vick. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Coleman. And some room to maneuver. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a second award in week 2 of the season.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Vic on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Vic. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Yeah, baby. Hey, let's go. Watch tight end. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down. Lion. 300.
Second down, Vic. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 23 yards on the play.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Single.
From the gun, Vic. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Alert. 3 down.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now here's Vic. Flushed, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
4 down.
Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Tight. Watch left. 3 down. Hey,
On second down, here's Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Hey, we got 3.
On play action, it's Bortles. Steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to get him well behind the line of scrimmage. Gosh, it's a loss of 17, and it'll be fourth down. And he's able to get it out of there. So out come the Falcons now. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, let's go! Tight end right! 3 down, 3 down. 84. 84, check in.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Hey, let's
The
go.
rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20.
You got 3 down, 3 down. Alpha. Lake.
Vic readies to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
3 down. Head it.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. He finds Coleman. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now this time Bortles will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A first down throw coming for Vick. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
We got three.
This is Coleman. Spinning away, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Late. Got three. Three down. Alpha. Late. When I said, listen.
Here's Vick. Being chased out left. He can run. Now Vick stripped. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Nice pick.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And Bryant's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
72. Tight to the right. Move. Set. Green 80. Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact, and on the stat sheet as well.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Let's go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Coleman now. Room here to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Orange. Paper. Orange.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Salt.
Check it out.
Alpha.
First down, Vic. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Three down.
Vic operating on first down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
3 down. Hit it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Vic now. This will be caught at about the 5. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Vic on the sneak, and he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback taking it in, and the Falcons add on.
Let's go.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns, but the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That's it, baby.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch tight end. Hey, spread left.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4. Green 80.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go. Man left, We got three, fellas.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, green 80. 3 down.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Green 80.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Takk McKinley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
We got 4. Green 80. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's go, D.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Odd. 3 down. Green 80. Green 80. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. 372. Watch the run. Lucy. Green is set.
From the gun, it's Bortles. That escapes the sack. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And, it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go. Two times. Hey, 4 down. Green is
Bortles will keep it. No signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Odd.
They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Bortles going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Hey, let's go. Hey, guys, check me out.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They will run again with Coleman. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin, and he'll power his way up near the 25. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Alpha. Lake. Eagle. What they say?
57's Mike 57.
What they say?
On 3rd down, Vick. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Coleman. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Wait.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Alpha.
Hey, check Mike 57. 6 man.
What is it?
Now they're going to throw it here with Vick. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
3 down.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Watch tight. Tight end right. You got 3 down.
So.
57.
On third down, Vic out of the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
3 down, 3 down. Switch.
Hey, Lake.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. Fighting to stay, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Hey, take your socks out back to huddle. Socks out back to huddle.
Hey, let's
First
go.
down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Key 26, key 26.
Wait.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing, Vic. Flush to his right. He may try and run for, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Atlanta, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.